It's great to have with us Tom Brunansky coming back to Fenway Park. Great to see you, Tom.
What's up, Don? How you doing?
I'm doing all
Hey,
right.
Tom.
What's up, Jerry?
Well, does it seem like that long ago that you were diving down in that right field corner down there to make the grab?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, but my body tells me it is.
Well, it was only you and a handful of people down there that really got to see that.
That's about it. You know, I've had probably about 6 of the people that have come and talked to me about that.
Nice one driven into the bullpen, beyond it, and into the bleachers. Tom Brunansky joining us, and Tom, back here as part of the 100th year celebration at Fenway Park. How different does the ballpark look to you coming back here to Fenway?
Well, this looks great right now. Everything that they've done to it, from the inside to the outside on the streets where they block things off, and just the excitement. And that's just before the game. And then the game is kind of, hey, we get to go watch the Red Sox play, you know, and it's a fantastic situation they've done here, and it's a beautiful ballpark, and glad it's here. And I'm glad I'm here. It's fun to be a part of it.
This was the ceremony before the game as he was honored. The old manager Joe Morgan here to hand it to you as well.
Wapo Joe, yep, that's him. We had a lot of fun. We were sitting down here talking about some stories and remembering some things that we did that year and that night. So it's always nice to reminisce.
And what's keeping you busy nowadays?
I am the AAA hitting coach for the Minnesota Twins. We're here in Rochester, and we just got done playing at Pawtucket this afternoon. We had a day game, and good old Dick Bresciani, he gets in, make sure that everything was all set up for the evening, and you know, it's pretty special.
That worked out great then, schedule-wise for you.
Yeah, we were worried about weather. You know, whether we might get rained out, have a doubleheader, and the way it looked, we had a 1-run lead going into the 8th, and we ended up giving up 2. And then we had a chance to tie it, and I was like, okay, let's tie it. Extra innings, oh, maybe.
How are you enjoying the instructional part of that?
I love it. I really do. And I sit there and live and die with every at-bat each one of the hitters takes. Before, we used just to worry about R4 or R5.
That's right.
And now I've got everybody's up there, and it's enjoyable. I really do like trying to pass along all the successes and failures that I've had, and try to make these kids a little bit better and hopefully big league ball players.
And being a hitter coach also, you've got to learn personalities. You've got to know when to talk to people, when not to talk to them. I mean, it's tough.
Yeah, we know that in that runway. It can get pretty hairy in that runway after a tough at-bat. So there's times when you just kind of walk away and let the steam get out of there for a bit before you approach them.
Ortiz to left as Damon on the run will get there to make the catch for the first out of the 7th inning. Well, for many Red Sox fans, this is their favorite Tom Brunansky moment, making the grab down the right field line and in the corner. I guess it never probably gets old for you seeing this.
No, it doesn't. And to relive it and to see how I know where I was in my mind to the wall.
Right.
And as I see that, I was like, I was a lot closer than I thought.
I was going to ask you, why were you playing Ozzie to pull that much?
You know, it was a plus count. It was a positive situation, and when he has runners on base and he's ahead in the count in a fastball situation, he looks to pull.
So you expected that?
We did. We moved. We shifted the outfield over in that count, and you know, normally he's going to hit the ball the other way.
Right.
And Jeff Reardon's throwing, and you know, Term's going to throw the fastball. He's not going to throw him a breaking ball in that situation. So Ozzie likes to jump out and try to pull it. And that's part of the stuff that I try to impart to our players, is that, you know, to anticipate that, to look at the situation and know where you're going to be. And the next thing you know, you don't have to think, you just react.
Well, you had a lot of other great memories here, I'm sure, too, at Fenway Park. That's the one that everybody talks about, but I'm sure you had others that stand out for you.
Certainly. You know, I think the thing that always comes back to mind for me is the first time I was with the Red Sox and I walked up the runway, came down through the tunnel, and saw the green wall as the home side.
As the home
you know,
side.
I think about all the players that have walked under here, the greatest players in the game that walked that tunnel that I just walked, and to stand at that home plate, and that's the special memory for me.
This is on the ground right side. The shift is on. It says Drupal Cabrera, and he takes care of Adrian Gonzalez. 2 down in the inning. We're joined by Tom Brunansky as there are 2 outs in the inning.
Of course, there are always a few home runs that always come to mind. You always
stick out.
You always have to love watching that ball go over the green monster. That's a special treat that, you know, few people get to enjoy.